By now you should realize that we at Pupcorn consider Studio Ghibli to be one of the greatest animation studios of all time. We love their stories, their characters, their visuals, the whole 9 yards. We are also avid gamers and wanted to share some video games that we feel have that Ghibli touch, be it art style, structure, or overall presentation. So, here at Pupcorn, we've got 5 video games that are like Studio Ghibli. Number 5. Shadow of the Colossus. Many people consider Shadow of the Colossus to be a work of art. It's definitely a unique experience, but the storytelling and use of emotions to tell a narrative definitely draws similarities from animations done by Studio Ghibli. I won't spoil the twists and turns because our little lady here has yet to experience it for herself. But trust me when I say that Studio Ghibli definitely inspired the crew at Team Ico. The Colossus themselves do look quite similar to certain Ghibli creatures. Number 4. Jade Cocoon. What's that? You don't recall this obscure PS1 RPG? This gem of collecting insects to do battle and ultimately save the forest? I'm shocked. Jade Cocoon, story of the Tame My Mayo, may have tried some unique things in the whole Pocket Monster fiasco, but it's definitely the art style that rings a few bells. For one, the art is actually done by one of Studio Ghibli's own artists, Katsuya Kondo. You might know him better for his character work on Kiki's Delivery Service. His work here definitely gives the RPG enough flair to stand out from the others, which says something because there were a lot of RPGs for PS1. And most of them now go for over $100 due to ridiculous game inflation. Number 3. Dark Cloud. You want to know something that's surprisingly not $100 and a definite steal? Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud is one of the most magnificent yet frustrating RPGs I've ever played. Weapon durability be damned, and oh look, dehydration, well ain't that peachy. Dark Cloud contains elements of Hayao Miyazaki's work, along with other echoes from Studio Ghibli. Even its sequel, Dark Cloud 2, reminds me of movies like Howl's Moving Castle in a sense. But I'm putting the original on here because it feels the most like a Ghibli fantasy world. Developer Level 5 stuck with a trademark cel-shaded look that is very reminiscent of the Japanese animation studio. Number 2. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Nintendo really went all out with what appears to be a love letter to Princess Mononoke, Nausicaa Valley of the Winds, Howl's Moving Castle, and probably a handful of other Ghibli works. Hyrule is vast, and look, you can mount a deer and get chased by spider-like demons. Also, and I'm only going to play a little snippet so the copyright hounds don't tear me up, the music sounds very similar to Ashitaka's theme. Well, as they say, imitation is the finest form of flattery. Zelda games have always drawn inspiration from the studio's work, but I feel it is most prominent in Breath of the Wild. Personally, as a Zelda game, I found Breath of the Wild to be lacking in some spots, but as a Studio Ghibli game, I found it to be a triumph, and almost the best example of what Studio Ghibli would look like in game form. Number 1. Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. Developer Level 5 has come back to take the prize, and really, how could it not? Ni no Kuni not only looks like something that could be produced by Studio Ghibli, but it is an RPG that was actually collaborated with Studio Ghibli. These rich cutscenes, oh my goodness! Ghibli Easter eggs out the wazoo, a magical world with charming and beloved characters, music by Joe Hisaishi himself, and a gripping and emotional story that you would think was penned by Miyazaki. I'd also recommend its sequel, but that's more of a game that's like Studio Ponix, so yeah, we'll just slide that one into that list. And there you have it! 5 games for all you Ghibli fans out there. There are actually a handful of others, but I didn't want Level 5 to dominate the entire list, and yeah, a majority of other Zelda games could easily fit in this category as well. Which one was your favorite? Which one did I miss? Let us know down below, and be sure to subscribe to Pupcorn for more Ghibli goodies.